Hey YouTube, this is Tom at TM Aquatics, and I hope everyone's doing great. UPS was just here and they left me a package on my front step, and it came from Dan's Fish. So we have an unboxing to do, and I hope you stick around and check this one out. Alright YouTube, here's the box from Dan's Fish. It's a small box, but I assure you there are big treasures inside. There should be 6 fish. Now these are all Plecos. They're not new species here to my fish room. I'm just adding to the existing groups that I already have. So I would like to crack into this box, check these fish out, and make sure everybody arrived okay, get them acclimated and into a temporary tank, and we'll go from there. So how about if we dig into this and check these fish out? From Dan's Fish. Got a nice warm heat pack there. Not sure if they're needed on his end, but they're definitely not needed on my end because it's rather nice here in Minnesota right now. And it just always amazes me how many fish he gets in these little boxes and how small a water volume he ships these in. Let's take out the first one. That is an L174 and looks fantastic. Next fish, a mini snowball, an L471. And these are going to be added to my existing groups that I already had. Come on, camera, focus. Another L471. Looks nice. Those 471s actually came in a lot larger than my original L471s. Another L174 ocelot. Looks really nice. Another L174. Did I call that an L471 ocelot? Anyways, 174, 174, and 2 mini snowball L471s. This is another L174. Nice size on that one. Wow, really nice. And the last one, another really nice L174. So we got 4 more L174s, and we have 2 more mini snowballs. The reason I got more L174s is because out of my group that I currently have, half of them came from Dan's Fish, half of them came from another source, and a couple of them that I picked up from a different source just don't look like they're growing at all. I got them, they were about 1 inch in size, and today they might be 1 inch and a 1/16. They're just not growing right. They look a little off, if you will. So I wanted to get a couple of backups for those fish, just in case. But 4 L174s, 2 L471s, and time to acclimate them. And then I don't have an open QT tank right now, which will be normally up here. These are all full of fry, and I trust Dan's Fish, although I should still be putting them in quarantine, but I am going to add them straight away where I do have the rest of my L471s and 174s. Never recommend doing that, even though they're coming from a very trusted source, so I will have to keep my eyes on that tank very closely for the next couple weeks. So anyways, we're going to get these things acclimated and get them in that temp, or in that tank. I do first want to check the temp of these bags though. I was just kind of curious. They got a little toasty. Now granted, this might be picking up the temperature of the bag and not necessarily the water, but toasty. 87, 84, 88. I saw an 88 in there, so very, very toasty. So anyways, they're going to have to cool down a little bit because the tank they're going into is set at 82 degrees. So Anyways, let's get these things emptied into a container and start acclimating, or I'm probably going to drip these, and then yeah, we'll go ahead and wrap this thing up. Alright, I've got all the fish emptied into this small plastic container. They're all doing great. There's a mini snowball on the left, an L174 on the right. There's an L471 there, 174, 174, and a 174. That one's really a nice size. That one came in really nice for an L174. Actually, they all came in really nice. So these guys look a little stressed, so I want to get them cooled down, acclimated, get some fresh water in there, and take care of business. Alright, so I have a piece of airline tube up there, or airline hose, comes down here, and I have a Zis valve on there. I've got it slowed down to about what I like for a flow. I did add a little Chem Safe in here just to detoxify any ammonias that might have been in the water after opening those bags. We're just going to let this go until this container's about halfway full, and then we'll net them out and put them up here where I have the rest of my L471s and 174s, and still to this day I have no idea how that L134 leopard frog pleco got in here. Oh well, what are you gonna do? Alright, we'll check back in a little bit. Alright, so it's been about 45 minutes. This has been filled up and emptied again, and it's filled up pretty well again. I've transferred the little plecos into this little deli cup here, but because this water's sitting out and it doesn't have a heater, this water's a little cooler now than what the actual tank temperature is. So what I do is I take this deli cup and I float it in the tank, and that's what we're going to do, and I'll show you what I mean by that here in just a second. Alright, so we got the little plecos in that plastic container, and there's enough water in there for a little bit. And they're just going to sit in here and adjust to the tank temperature. It doesn't take too long, but they're going to adjust so then when they come out of that water in the cup, it's going to be the same exact temperature as the water in the tank, and they'll be good to go. So we're just going to let them hang out here for maybe 15-20 minutes, and then we'll check back, make sure the temperatures are exact, and then we'll just let them go into the new tank. Alright YouTube, I just checked the temperature in the tank and inside the deli cup where the fish are. They're both the same at 81.5 degrees. So I'm going to go ahead and net the fish out and add them into the tank. I'm not going to pour the water into the tank, just the fish. Now for anybody that's questioning the way I acclimated these fish, I've been doing this for several decades. I've never ever lost a single fish in the history of keeping fish when I acclimate this way. So use what method works for you, whether it's plop and drop or drip acclimating or old school where you add a cup of water every 5 minutes or so, whatever you want to do. Now I know some are going to question adding new fish into an existing tank, and I never recommend adding new fish in an existing tank. I always recommend quarantining 100% of the time. I just don't have an open tank right now where I can quarantine, so it is what it is, but I'm also experienced enough to know what to look for and how to watch this tank very closely for the next 2 to 3 weeks. So that's what we're going to have to do, but in any case, I'm going to go ahead and net these fish out, get them into the tank. We'll cut the lights, let them chillax for a little bit, and then we'll wrap this video up. Alright, the fish have been added to the tank. You can see a couple on the front glass there, a couple more over here, a couple others darted off to the back. But as you can see, the tank lights are off. The lights are off here in the fish room. We're just going to let them relax a little bit. I'll come back and check on them in about another half hour or so, but no need to include that in the video. So anyways, some new L174s and L471s, once again from Dan's Fish. Another terrific buying experience. If you're looking for really nice plecos, other than the type that I breed, of course, check out Dan's Fish. He has a nice selection, and I understand he's got a bunch of stuff coming in the end of June. So anyways, always a good buying experience with Dan's Fish. So thank you, Dan. Let's go ahead and wrap this thing up. Alright, so I'm really excited to have those new Plecos here in the fish room. Not new species, again, just adding to the existing groups that I already have. And again, another terrific buying experience from Dan at Dan's Fish. So anyways, I greatly appreciate each and every one of you stopping by, taking time out of your day to watch one of my videos. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to drop them down below. I'll do my best to respond and answer when time allows. So anyways, again, thanks for taking time, and until the next one, we'll catch you all later.